Okay, Rockstar Games just pulled a move. I was quite literally getting ready for bed, trying to get an early night in, hoping for the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer to blow my socks off in the morning. Well, afternoon, I'm in the UK, and because I'd left my PC on, music started blasting. For some reason, Rockstar released the damn thing early, and I guess that's what I kind of get for leaving my PC on. Though I was entirely caught off guard, thanks to that Rockstar Games YouTube Premiere-induced heart attack. I am therefore far more awake than I would like to be, and we're going to take a look at this trailer. First and foremost, it is actually called Grand Theft Auto 6. A lot of people were pointing out that they had avoided mentioning the number 6, simply referring to the game as the next Grand Theft Auto, and that was a fair point. But as it turns out, it is indeed GTA 6, so we can put that one to bed now. Secondly, it's nowhere near release. It's coming 2025 according to the trailer, so anything we do see, therefore, will be a work in progress. But it does mean we can relapse the hype hat for a minute and actually see what substance there is to gather from the trailer. It's a breakdown, isn't it? It has to be. Firstly, it's important to recognise that this trailer is not going to tell us all we need to know about GTA 6 before it releases. It is 1 minute and 30 seconds in length. It's an establishing trailer, and yes, there is a lot of detail to be sapped out of it. It's not trying to give us everything we need to know in one go. First and foremost, we do indeed appear to be returning to Vice City. This is backed up by rumours, and it will certainly be interesting to see what a modern take on Vice City looks like, considering the last time we saw this city in Grand Theft Auto was not you, yes. And that game is 21 years old. And how could I forget Vice City Stories? I mean, easily, I never played it. I'm a latecomer to this franchise, and I really hope you don't mind me tagging along. Anyway, Vice City is a fictional GTA city within the state of Florida. There. If geography's not your strong suit, think of it as the United States of America's flaccid penis. I don't know much about Florida. I've never been to the United States. All I have to judge Florida by is a Top Gear special from 2007. I also happen to know that if you type your birthday in and then follow it up with Florida Man, the search results get interesting rapidly. I also asked a Floridian local that I happen to know what Florida was actually like, but he didn't respond inside 30 seconds, so I can only assume he's been murdered. But what I do know is that Florida does have a bit of a reputation for being somewhat nuts. So, though I won't judge that, it does sound like the perfect setting for a Rockstar game. Anyway, the trailer begins by showing us some gorgeous establishing shots, beginning in a prison in which we meet one of the protagonists, Lucia, who at one point in the story appears to go to prison, presumably not for arson. Lucia will star as the franchise's first female protagonist. Cool. And then there's also, of course, this guy. His name doesn't get dropped in the trailer, but the rumours are out there if you wish to find them. So it does appear as if there are going to be two playable protagonists in the game. They appear to be in something of a relationship, and they'll embark together on a traditional life of crime that may involve the theft of a motor vehicle. But the contemporary take on a Bonnie and Clyde style narrative should be an interesting choice, and I look forward to seeing how it plays out. And a lot of Rockstar games have had excellent stories in the past, so until I have a reason to believe otherwise, I will simply take it at face value. Considering, and I'm sure I'm not alone on this, I really love the main story of Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games' last outing from 2018, I do have a lot of time for Rockstar single-player experiences. The online counterparts are an entirely different story, I'll admit, but I'm hardly the first person to go to for online gaming appreciation anyway. But even with the main narrative aside, my favourite thing about Rockstar games are how they construct open worlds. If you go off the beaten path, there's a very good chance in these games that you will find something, whether that be a bit of designated side content, or simply an immersive story told by the environment alone. The Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 1, as it's called, dedicates the majority of its running time emphasising this aspect. I can only imagine we're getting a vibe here of the look and the atmosphere of this open world, and that nice respectable hint of GTA craziness on top. Don't mind the alligator, he simply wants a coffee. Is this an exaggerated version of Florida, or is this just how it is? I've also noticed a lot of shots in the trailer are deliberately presented through the lens of social media. Rockstar are quite fond of their commentary, so I think we all know what that's going to be about. It can go one of two ways, it'll either land or be nauseating, and I suppose we'll have to wait and see to find out which it is. Besides that, all you really have to chew on are the visual and technical aspects on display in the trailer. As far as I can see, we don't get told this is in-engine footage. But based on Rockstar's track record for their announcement trailers, I'd say the chances are good it is. Without official confirmation, all I can say is it certainly looks like it most of the time, and in that case it does look very visually competent. It looks nice, I don't know what else there is to say, and I don't want to dive down a rabbit hole of technological wordiness that's lost on me, so we're going to move on. Obviously we haven't seen proper gameplay in that small trailer, that was just simply never going to happen, so largely this just gives us a feel for what's still in development, and to provide us with more questions than answers. That's the entire point behind generating interest in the game. In other news, it does seem as if Grand Theft Auto 6 will be purely current generation, which I suppose is to be expected at this point, but it's nice to get that confirmation nonetheless. So what we got in the trailer is an official title, a release window that is 2025, a bit of an idea of the vibe of the game and its protagonists, and now I wouldn't be surprised if we had a bit of a wait on our hands until we found out more. That said, it is funny that GTA 7 is trending on Twitter for some reason. People just get silly when Rockstar announce things, and it is of course understandable because they don't announce a new game every day or even every year, so the announcement of GTA 6 was always going to be a big event. It is however a shame that Rockstar had to drop their planned premiere at 9 AM Eastern Time on the 5th of December, which is now today in the UK, as of recording this bit anyhow, and the reason for that was because the trailer leaked online, and instead of allowing random people to generate clout off the back of that, respectably Rockstar were having none of it, as this was meant to be a moment for the developers who actually work on the game to share what they've been working on with us the consumer and enjoy it. It must not only be frustrating but also incredibly deflating to see that right to present your work taken from you and distributed at random to deny you the opportunity to appreciate the moment with a glass of bubbly in hand. So I do feel as if it's incredibly important to respect the fact that this trailer wasn't delivered the way it was meant to. But regardless, I must issue a congratulations to anyone who's worked on Grand Theft Auto 6. You've officially broken the internet. Win, lose or draw from here on out, that's an accomplishment few franchises can hope to make. 2025 though, that's a little bit off I must say, but not out of left field for Rockstar. For Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, from announcement to launch, the wait time was approximately 2 years, so that is effectively what I expected to see here. However, considering the fact that we're almost at the end of 2023, 2025 is just over a year away really, and though I would like very much if the game happened to be ready in that sort of time frame, I honestly wouldn't be terribly shocked if it worked out more towards the back end of 2025, and if that's what the game happens to need, then I have zero desire to see it rushed. But with that sort of release window in mind, I don't think the end of 2023 is a bad time to announce a game. If anything, I think it's a decent amount of time to effectively market the game. That said, the brand identity of Grand Theft Auto largely speaks for itself these days, but Rockstar games still need the time to show and present it in the way they feel it needs presenting. And I think a lot of people will agree with the sentiment that sometimes it's just good to see something new. I also feel as if it is important to not get too carried away with anticipation, because that's just the state of the games industry at times these days. Sometimes you just need a healthy balance of optimism and pessimism, I guess. But to conclude, I quite liked what I saw in that trailer, but it is a little bit too vague to have a proper judgment just yet. Hopefully it won't be terribly long before we find out A, more information, from official channels I mean, and B, see some actual gameplay in which we see everything we know come together. But of course let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. After all, that's kind of what it's there for. But thank you for watching my limited contribution to the current discussion. I do hope that at the very least you have enjoyed this video and found my ramblings to be amusing. If you didn't, I don't know what to say. Microwave. Anyway, with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point, but until next time, please take care. This video is going to be suspiciously close to that 10-minute mark, isn't it? Never mind. Goodbye.